the unjust and infamous trial of the Cuban Five. It was the longest criminal trial in the US during the time it occurred, November 2000. More than 800 exhibits were introduced as evidence by the defense. The 12 jurors had a more jury foreman who openly expressed his dislike of Fidel Castro. The jury returned a verdict of guilty on all 26 counts without asking a single question or requesting a reading or any testimony. Could this be happening in a court of the United States, a country where we promise liberty and justice for all? So where are the charges against the Five? There are two charges, and they both fall under the conspiracy. The government usually uses these charges in a politically charged cases. In addition, it's difficult to defend because a conspiracy is a legal agreement between two or more persons to commit a crime. And the crime does not need to occur. Once the agreement is established, the crime is complete. All the prosecutions needs to show through circumstantial evidence is that there must have been agreement. Juries also often infer agreement. When there is no evidence on the basis of the political minority status or national identity of the accused, has happened in this trial. For example, from the time of the trial in November 2000 to the time of the sentence in December 2001, two incidents occurred which could contribute to the already politically charged atmosphere. The first incident, and probably the one most affecting the trial of the Five, was the Elian Gonzalez saga, which occurred in the Miami-Dade area from January 2000 through June 2000. Commentators indicated this incident Esposa D divided among Miami-Dade residents. The second incident was September 11, 2001. The five men had been convicted in June 2001. At the time, the government prosecutor had repeated 3 times to the jury that the Cubans were in the country for the purpose of destroying the US. The jury was swayed by passion rather than law and evidence and convicted. The attack of September 11, 2001 further cemented the hostility against the Five and worked in the government's favor, and the men were sentenced in December 2001. The first conspiracy charge alleged an agreement to commit espionage in the future. The media immediately referred to the Five as spies, and because the government did not need to prove that any spying had actually taken place, the government prosecutors went to the work, convicting an already hostile Miami jury. That his men an agreement to commit espionage. However, the law requires the presence or defense information in the possession of the accused in order to prove the crime of espionage. There was no classified government information among the Five. The second conspiracy charge was at 7 months after the first, an alleged conspiracy with Cuban officials to shoot down a craft being flown by Cuban exiles from Miami into Cuban airspace. The prosecution could not come out with evidence. However, the jury still convicted the Five of this trumped-up charge. These men were sentenced separately to the world's maximum security prisons in the country. The Five men appealed their convictions to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta, Georgia, outside of the state of Florida. And after, through the review of the Miami trial, proceedings released their opinion on August 5, 2005. They found the Miami trial violated the fundamental rights of the accused, and in addition, the courts acknowledged that terrorist activity had originated in Florida against Cuba and cited the role of Mr. Posada Carriles as a terrorist. The judge's decision stood the Bush administration. Miami's Cuban exiles have provided a margin of victory for Bush in the 2000 presidential election. A federal appeal court have found the Miami community of exiles to have been irrationally hostile to the Cuban government and support of violence directed against him to have been unable to provide a fair trial for the Cuban Five. The appeals court found the government prosecutors to have made exaggerate the arguments to the trial jurors. This conduct exacerbated prejudice among the media and the public. The Attorney General at the time, Alberto Gonzalez, responsible for other questionable decisions, ordered an appeal to all 12 judges to review the decision of the 3-judge panel. The judges agreed to review the decision of the panel and overturned the panel's decision in 2009. The US Supreme Court refused to hear the case on behalf of President Barack Obama. The case of the Cuban Five exposed how the government can manipulate the judicial system to achieve its political ends. The Cuban Five were not prosecuted because they violated American law, but because they exposed others who were violating American law, in the form of the terror networks directed against Cuba and a hostile foreign policy maintained by the American government against Cuba. The Cuban Five exposed the hypocrisy of America, claimed opposition to terror. The United States Commission on Human Rights determined through his working group that the trial was not held in a climate of objectivity and impartiality that is required in order to conform to the standards of a fair trial, as denied at the Article 14 of the International Covenant of the Civil and Political Rights to which the United States is a party. Thank you.